Have you ever wondered how an empire can crumble from within, consumed by its own fear? In the vast universe of Greek mythology, this story is more real than it seems. Here, we're not just talking about ancient legends, but powerful lessons that resonate even today. The cry of the Titans, muffled by the ages, echoes as a warning to all who seek power without measuring the consequences. In this fascinating account, we will explore how the Olympian gods, led by Zeus, seize the seemingly unattainable power, overthrowing Cronos and establishing a new order. Prepare to uncover the secrets of a rebellion that shaped Olympus and understand how these ancient lessons can illuminate the modern challenges we face. After all, who wouldn't want to know the secrets of those who challenged the gods themselves and won? When Cronos defeated his father, Uranus, he not only took control of the universe, but also established a regime of absolute power, ruling with an iron fist. Imagine a leader who, upon reaching the top, decides to keep everything under control, fearing any form of opposition. Such was the reign of Cronos, supported by his brothers, the Titans, who formed the foundation of his power. This ruthless dominion is reminiscent of situations where we see modern leaders trying to eliminate any threat, always vigilant, fearing that something or someone might shake their reign. Over time, Cronos' rule became synonymous with oppression, a regime where freedom was a distant concept. The tyranny of Cronos can be compared to a toxic work environment, where an authoritarian boss stifles creativity and imposes fear, creating a cycle of absolute control. This behavior, no matter how effective it may seem, usually sows the seeds of its own destruction. For, as we see in the story, repression breeds adversaries willing to fight for change. However, even the most feared tyrants encounter adversities. Cronos knew that his power was not unquestionable, and his paranoia only grew with time. Imagine living constantly in fear of being overthrown by those you have oppressed. Thus, the first sign of weakness reveals itself: the fear of losing power. This vicious cycle would unfold dramatically, leading to the events that would follow, where Cronos' own blood, his children, would become his greatest threat. From the moment he seized power, Cronos was haunted by a terrible curse cast by his father, Uranus. This curse foretold that one of Cronos' children would be the key to his downfall, a prophecy that led him to act desperately. Cronos then made an unthinkable decision for any father: to devour his own children at birth. This action can be compared to the behavior of leaders who, out of fear of losing control, stifle the potential of those around them, destroying opportunities before they can even blossom. But, as in many stories of power and fear, this strategy only delayed the inevitable. The devouring of Cronos' children can be seen as a metaphor for situations where, in attempting to avoid a threat, we end up creating the conditions for it to materialize. Each devoured child was not just a life cut short, but also a step closer to the fate Cronos so feared. It was as if he was unconsciously planting the seeds of his own destruction. However, what Cronos failed to realize was that destiny could not be so easily avoided. By attempting to devour his children, he inadvertently set in motion a chain of events that would culminate in his downfall. And so, deep within the darkness of Cronos' belly, the power of the gods, his very own children, began to grow. This is where fate starts to show its strength, setting the stage for the twist that was to come. Rhea, seeing her children being devoured one by Cronos, knew something had to be done to break this cycle of destruction. Determined to save the newborn Zeus, she devised an ingenious plan that would change the course of history. In an act of courage and cunning, Rhea hid Zeus in a cave on the island of Crete, where he would be raised in secret, far from Cronos' ravenous eyes. This type of strategy reminds us of those situations in life where we need to make difficult decisions, keeping our best ideas hidden until the right moment to reveal them. Rhea's plan didn't stop there. She knew that Cronos, consumed by his paranoia, needed to be deceived for her plan to succeed. So, she gave Cronos a stone wrapped in cloth, making him believe it was the baby Zeus. Cronos, blinded by fear and obsessed with avoiding the prophecy, swallowed the stone without hesitation. This strategy of deception and protection teaches us about the importance of playing smart, often needing to sacrifice something of lesser value to protect what truly matters. While Zeus grew up in safety, nurtured by nymphs and protected by isolation, the flame of hope rekindled for the gods. Rhea's gesture shows us that, even in times of despair, there is always a solution waiting to be discovered. And so, Cronos' fate was sealed, for he had not swallowed the son who would overthrow him, but the stone that would symbolize his imminent fall. Zeus, raised in secret in the mountains of Crete, grew strong and determined to fulfill the destiny that had been reserved for him. Under the care of nymphs and guided by a sacred eagle, he was prepared for the moment when he would finally face Cronos. It is interesting to think that, just like Zeus, we often need to prepare ourselves in silence, away from the spotlight, to face challenges that seem insurmountable. The time of preparation is crucial, and Zeus knew how to use this time to his advantage. When the time came, Zeus, now grown and confident, returned to confront his father. But he did not do so directly. Instead, he used intelligence and strategy, tricking Cronos into regurgitating his siblings, who had been swallowed years before. This action by Zeus teaches us about the importance of thinking beyond the obvious, of finding creative solutions to seemingly impossible problems. He knew that a direct confrontation with Cronos would not be enough. It was necessary to free his allies to overthrow the tyrant together. With his brothers by his side, Zeus led a rebellion against Cronos and the Titans. What began as a struggle for survival turned into an epic battle for freedom and justice. This revolt symbolizes the power of unity and determination in toppling oppressive regimes, a lesson that resonates to this day. In the end, it was Zeus's courage and the loyalty of his brothers that secured victory, marking the beginning of the era of the Olympian gods, the new rulers of Olympus. Now that you know the epic story of the rise of the Olympian gods, it's time to reflect. What can you learn from Zeus and his journey? How many times in your life have you faced a Cronos, an oppressive force that seemed impossible to defeat? The lesson is clear. Even the greatest challenges can be overcome with courage, intelligence, and loyal allies by your side. What are you waiting for to apply these teachings to your life? What battles do you need to face today? And more importantly, who are your brothers who can help you on this journey? If this story inspired you, it's time to commit to your own victory. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and keep exploring more valuable lessons from mythology and the real world. Olympus may be far away, but the power of transformation is within your reach, and you don't have to face these battles alone. How about starting now?